Myles Garrett and Elijah Moore talked about Deshaun Watson's availability for Sunday's game against the Ravens, as well as Dorian Thompson-Robinson potentially making his first start.
We think he'll play, but if he doesn't, we just have to up our intensity just one more notch.
From what you've seen, again, Kevin's going to play too, but from what you've seen of DTR in training camp and preseason games, if he has to step in there in this big game, what do you expect from him?
I expect him to be ready.
Yeah, we just heard the news too. I know it's a questionable thing, but I guess that's just a him and coach type of decision. We got to focus on us. I got to prepare the same way I always prepare, and I know everyone's going to do the same.
What is the confidence level in Dorian if he's the one that has to go?
Like I say every week, he doesn't have a choice to step in those shoes. At the end of the day, football is that type of sport. It's always next man up.
We had just gotten done talking to DTR. Just what have you seen from him as a young player, rookie coming in here? As far as his growth, he had mentioned, hey, this was the first time I got to run with the ones this week in practice.
I know he's excited. I know he's a super consistent person. You see him in here, he does his diligence. And I feel like we have all the confidence in the world. If he were to do the step in, I feel like it would be time for him to spin.
With that, let's welcome in Tyler Johnson from the Faithful Dogs podcast, as well as Network 216. And Tyler, you look at bye week, the week after the Ravens, so that all figures into the decision. If there's any doubt, you probably err on the side of caution for the Browns long term.
Yeah, Dave. For me personally, this is a huge game. I mean, you're talking about the opportunity to be 2-1 in your division and potentially be in the lead in the AFC North going into your bye week. So, I mean, it's a huge game. There's no doubt about that. I think kind of like you said, though, if this could possibly linger, I feel more comfortable resting him because not only does he get this week off, he gets the bye week, and you're talking nearly 3 weeks of recovery before he would start another game. I think that would be very beneficial for him. It does sound like Mary Kay Cabot said that she spoke with Watson and he made it sound like he was going to play and that there's no structural damage or his shoulder wasn't dislocated or anything along those lines. He has full range of motion. So it sounds like it really is just sore. But the way that he's practiced this week, barely practicing, it almost makes you kind of like wonder why not start DTR in this game because he's had all the reps this week. And I know some would say Watson hurt is better than DTR healthy. At the same time, if you're an NFL quarterback, and we saw it last week with Joe Burrow and the Bengals, Joe Burrow doesn't practice much during the week, and then he gets to game day, and the Bengals did beat the Rams, but he didn't look very good. He looked out of sync. I know, again, he was injured, different injury, but the same thing applies. You still need practice reps during the week. So that's kind of my biggest worry. If he does play on Sunday, is he even going to look great? I mean, he might look rusty because he hasn't practiced all week. So, yeah, I personally rather err on the side of caution. But at the end of the day, if Deshaun tells you he's ready to go, we know he's one of the toughest quarterbacks in the league. He hasn't missed a game since he tore his ACL with the Texans. So if he tells you he's good to go, I think Kevin Stefanski would trust it and put him out there against the Ravens.
Yeah, and as you alluded to, the advantage is Dorian Thompson-Robinson has gotten a lot of reps during the week with that first-team offense.